Hello, I'm Matt. Today I want to ask you a question about a comfort synthesizer, which is a term that I'm not familiar with because I just made it up. I'd like to ask you about if you have one of those. I'd like to tell you what mine are, and I'll tell you how this idea for this video came to be. So stick around. So if you've spent any time on my channel, you may be aware that I've done a first synth series. I've been working on that for over a year. Right now I'm working on episode 8, which will be out soon, so stay tuned for that. But there's occasionally, one of the guests that's on that series will talk about just having a synth or keeping a synth just because they want to have it. They like to have it there. And that sentiment resonates with me. I understand the emotional attachment that you can get with a synthesizer. So today I wanted to tell you what my comfort synths are, and I'm going to actually pick 2, and I'll explain why in just a minute. But I'd love to hear from you. Leave me a comment below. I'd like to have a little conversation with everyone to see, what's your comfort synthesizer. So first, let me tell you what I mean by comfort synthesizer. A comfort synthesizer, in my mind, is just something that makes you feel secure. I mean, for lack of a better term, in your studio, in your workspace, whatever you have, you've got a synthesizer, and you might not even use it anymore, but you have it, and it means something to you, and you don't want to be without it. So that's basically what I mean by a comfort synthesizer. So as I mentioned, I have 2 synthesizers that I would place in the comfort synth category for me personally because they both mean something to me significant. The first one would be the Korg Trinity, and that one unfortunately I don't have in the studio right now. I do have the Korg TR Rack module, which at least gets me the sounds. It's not the same as having the keyboard itself, but I have the sounds. So that would be the first one that would be a comfort synth for me, and I'd love to have it back. Maybe I will. Hopefully I will someday. The second one is a synthesizer that I have, and I have had it for a few years now in a couple of different iterations. And so the one I'm talking about at this point is the Korg Prologue, which is back here behind me. I currently have the 61 key 16 voice version, and when I first got into the Prologue I had the 8 voice 49 key version, which I loved, but as I played more and more, I just found myself needing that octave up and down button too much, so I upgraded to the 61 key version, and I'm glad I did. That's, of all the synthesizers in my studio, that's the one that I just know if I got rid of that, it wouldn't be a good situation. I want to keep that synthesizer. So those are my 2 comfort synths, the Korg Trinity and the Korg Prologue. So what about you? Do you have a synth or synths that you would consider a comfort synthesizer that you will always keep or always want to keep? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to the channel, I'd love to invite you to do that at this time. And I appreciate you sticking around and watching this. We'll see you next time.